Hello, I hope you all had a great weekend. In this video, I would like to give a summary of the discussions we had last week. If you remember, in our meet and greet discussion activity, in addition to asking you to introduce yourself and your background, I also ask you to give the top 3 things that pop up in your mind when you hear or see the term online learning environment. So in this video, I'm gonna very quickly go through the responses that you provided and create a visual that show what the whole class is thinking about when you see the term online learning environment. So this is what I did when I looked at your responses. I created this spreadsheet that copied and pasted all the phrases and the terms and your initial understanding or thoughts about online learning environment. So all the responses you provided, I kind of summarized in this spreadsheet here. And then I kind of very quickly skimmed through the comments and the responses you provided and identified a couple of themes from the spreadsheet. So here are the things I saw from your responses. I see many of you are talking about technology, technology tools or technology skills or technology integration. Also, many of you are talking about collaboration or interaction among learners in the online environment. So that's another theme I see. Also, responsibilities. There are a lot of comments about people need to take responsibilities. People need to be aware of their responsibilities and their roles in online environment. And also, many of you are describing the benefits offered by the online learning environment. Another theme I see is the instructional model or instructional design regarding online learning environment. And a couple of us are talking about the concerns and the questions they have. So once I identified these themes, I color code each of the comments and the responses that you gave me. So for example, I see a term here, one of you are talking about group work or collaboration. So I just color this particular cell in purple. Just very quickly show you how I did that. So I guess that's this one. Oh, that's a little, well, let me just do this. There we go. So another example, for example, I see technology tools. So you're talking about technology tools, and then I will be color code using this little pink color to color this particular cell. So I have already done all of this, so just to show you what it eventually looks like. So this is the color-coded spreadsheet. Almost each cell is color-coded to indicate what theme it's related to. So this spreadsheet is still a little bit messy. So what I did next is to use the sorting function. Maybe you already know this, maybe you don't, but in Excel you can sort your columns by color, by cell color. So this is a pretty nice function in Excel. So I did that, and then I would like to show you this visual here. So this is what it looks like after I color-coded all the responses and after I sorted all the comments and responses. And I also kind of organized this into a pattern so that I can see this more clearly. And just very quickly go through this. It looks like our biggest theme from our discussions is this technology. So technology theme seems to be the top one category or top one theme. You were talking about technology tools, talking about technology skills or technology integration. So that's a very common thing that you think about immediately when you see or hear the term online learning environment. The second theme that I see is this collaboration piece or the interaction among learners. And I'm glad to see that because I think I agree with you that in order for the online learning environment to function successfully and for it to enhance learning effectively, there needs to be some sort of mechanisms that enable the learners to work together, to talk with each other, to collaborate with each other, so that there is a learning community that is formed to support learners. So that's our second theme from your discussion. And the third theme is more related to this instructional design, the notion of instructional model or instructional design. And many of you were mentioning the specific models that could be implemented online, like these asynchronous activities, including flipped instruction, flipped classroom, or self-paced instructional model. So this is another category or another theme that you talked about. And following that, many of you recognize the various benefits offered by online learning environment. And looks like flexibility is definitely a major benefit that we can get from this OLE. And the next theme is regarding the people's responsibilities, internet safety issues. A couple of us are talking about the importance of netiquette, the importance of learner dedication, and also making sure the learning environment is safe for all students. So this is another theme that you mentioned. The next theme is about the concerns and questions that you have. For example, I think one of us mentioned this cyberbullying issue. And also another student talked about these low retention rates, which is true in many cases in online courses or in online programs. Sometimes the retention rates are not as high as we expect. And so this is kind of the last theme that I identified. And I also have a couple of comments that I don't really assign a theme or a color, but you were talking about this innovation idea, or you are mentioning the specific functions of an online learning environment. So you can see that this is a summary and the patterns that you actually contributed to the activity that we had last week. And I think this visual represents our initial thoughts and our initial understanding of the online learning environment. So what I would like to do next is to create an image and then post it to our discussion in our D2L course. So what I will do is to go to the discussion forum, and we have a module reading discussion topic, and I will put this video right in here. so that you can take a look and maybe kind of reflect on your own understanding and thoughts about OLE, and also think about what are the elements and what are the factors or dimensions that you haven't thought about but mentioned by your classmates. Additionally, when you start to look at the reading materials this week, I would like you to also think about what are the elements or factors you would like to add to this visual here to make it more comprehensive and to kind of expand and deepen your own understanding about online learning environment. So I hope this is helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.